It's time for the Celeb Savant.
Do-do-do-dum.
Do-do-do-do. We should make you a jingle. Actually, we should just take that do-do-do-dum. Although it does sound a bit dramatic, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, we need to move away from the drama.
Yeah, get away. Barret Edelstein, the Celeb Savant, joins me do-do-do-dum today. Although, away from the drama, this next guy did have a lot of drama before they actually found their feet properly, didn't they?
Yeah, so basically they had the success with the band. So
I see. So they had the success before.
So this was all the success that they've had. You know, success in America with the songs, the power of the choice. But they always felt the record label breathing over them because of success. Because, you know, record labels, they're like, oh, we want more of the same. Where's the next album? Where's the next song? Why isn't it happening fast enough? I mean, these days it's a little bit different, but still there's that speed.
Well, record labels want to make money. Mm-hmm. They're not in the business of being kind. They're in the business of making bucks.
Exactly.
And the artists are in the business of creating wonderful stuff out of the ether.
Yes.
And putting it onto what was then tape, nowadays digital. And never twain shall meet. You're always going to have that juxtaposed between money making and artistry.
Exactly.
And this is kind of that story, really.
Exactly. So basically, we're speaking of Nick Van Eede from the Cutting Crew. And so the story is that they felt relief when the record label Virgin dropped them. But the thing that I want to pinpoint is that always look for another avenue of your world to try something different. Well, let's listen to the clip first.
Okay.
After we had the big hits in America, I really did think that was it. Finally, I got my foot in the door where you have some power, to start making a few choices of who directs your video or who produces your album. And we did. They'd give us a little go, but then the record company were always hovering above us, always, interfering. So when we finally got dumped by Virgin back in 92, I think it was kind of a relief, really. It had run its course. The band wasn't the same lineup. I had to find something else, and I went away and did some producing. I produced the Cutting Crew songs anyway with great engineers.
Nick talking about the relief.
Yeah.
That they had after being dropped by their record label Virgin back in the day. Must have been difficult, though.
It is, but also the thing is, sometimes the universe steps in. And for me, the few messages I'm picking up from this clip and this story is that letting go, surrendering, but then in that surrender, looking for other opportunities. And then he went into production and was doing production for a number of years before he started creating and releasing and performing as him from the Cutting Crew, because he keeps releasing new music for the last few years as well.
And Barret, he's doing it under Nick Van Eede.
As the Cutting Crew.
So he still is releasing
as the Cutting Crew, correct.
And just to contextualize for people who are questioning this, they've changed their lineup several times.
Yes, but now currently it's him mainly.
Okay.
Because he was always the writer, he was the singer. He did write some of the old stuff with his collaborators, but now the latest stuff he's creating, with collaborators, but by himself and releasing.
Very interesting that a band which was so big in the 80s is still around in 2025 as a different iteration, but under the same name, still making music. And if you ask me now what a song from the Cutting Crew in the last 5-10 years is, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Would you?
Well, you see, the thing is, because they do it independently and the record labels aren't pushing it, they sort of get lost in the 100,000 of songs they can release on Spotify every day or on digital every day. So you have to dig and search to mine those golds.
Nick is on the podcast with Barret. The full interview is up as we speak at nova.com.na under the blog section. You can go and click on there and find the full podcast. Thanks for all your hard work to find all these amazing names from the 80s treasure trove of music. Love the Cutting Crew. And maybe I should get in touch with the new Cutting Crew after this interview. Interesting.
Yes.
Nice one. Barret's on all the socials as well.
Celeb Savant, CELEB, Savant, SAVANT, on all the socials except X.
You're a good human. We'll speak next week.
Thank you.